This is the Gamecock Corner, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates, your hot spot for everything you need to know about Jacksonville State football. Time to get the scoop on this week's matchup with your host, Shane Wilson, and the legendary voice of the Gamecocks, Mike Parris.
Welcome to another week of the Gamecock Corner, your home for all things JSU Gamecock football, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates. Well, as you know, the Gamecocks fall to Louisville 49-14 on Saturday, so we're still looking to get in the win column. Let's see if we can do it this weekend as they take on Eastern Michigan in Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's the home opener for the Eastern Michigan Eagles. My co-host joins us to give us a recap of Saturday's action and a preview of what we may see against the Eastern Michigan Eagles this Saturday. The voice of the Gamecocks for more than 40 years. It's Mike Parris. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am great. Now, pretty rough start to the season so far, but, you go up to Louisville and expecting a very good Louisville team that was pretty much as good as advertised. So you try, I guess, and pick out what you can as far as silver linings and storylines for the season, and it's beginning to look like that Tyler Huff may have kind of solidified that starting quarterback position. Rich Rodriguez had some pretty nice words for him after the game. Ran for 102 yards, ran for a touchdown. You think he's the guy going forward?
I'll be shocked if he's not. That was one of the highlights in the game Saturday at Louisville. By the way, I think after seeing them, they get a chance. They can make a run, I think, at the ACC title, especially with Florida State. Looks like it slipped, and Clemson may not be what thought they were going to be. Georgia Tech maybe not quite as good as people thought as well. I think Louisville will be there in the race for the ACC title. But Huff put on a show, not afraid to hit people, take on guys, ran over some tacklers in the process of that. And not only did he run the ball pretty well, but he threw it very well also and just handled the offense. So, I think at this point in time, based on that performance Saturday, he's the guy.
All right, so how about some other positives that you took from the game and some areas where you definitely need improvement as the season goes on?
Well, I thought, as I said, Huff threw the ball well. Sean Brown, a couple of catches and a touchdown pass. Pierce Baldwin, other tight end, had a nice grab as well. So I think we got to continue to get the tight ends a little bit more involved. I thought we got some pretty good play from the wide receivers as well. The tough running, I guess, between the tackles. Just got to be able to knock guys off the line of scrimmage, and I don't think we've done that consistently in the first two games. And going back to the opener, after they went back and reviewed the film tape, whatever, I think the coaches felt like it. We just had some of those plays in the opener against Coastal Carolina. It was just one breakdown, and it wasn't the same guy every time. But it was just one breakdown that led to the undoing on offense. So obviously, consistency is there. And we do have two new offensive linemen, and a third guy was the starters playing a new position. So maybe it's just going to take a little time for them to gel and develop. And defensively, meanwhile, it's been tough. Gave up over 600 yards on Saturday, and that's a bunch that's got some talent offensively. Some guys that can run. Their running backs exceptionally fast, I thought. So, and their defense also could run very well on that side of the ball. But we've got to find a way defensively to make some plays and to stop some people. I think a lack of size hurts us up front. We're inexperienced in the secondary, and I think we're seeing people take advantage of that so far in the first two games of the season. And just, got to keep plugging on, as the old saying goes, and find a way to get some stops and gain some confidence from that.
Saturday, pretty interesting matchup because you've got two schools that are coming off games against powerhouse programs. But Eastern Michigan, bowl eligible last season, picked to finish maybe somewhere in the middle of the pack in the MAC this season. Now, that was a big win, maybe the first big win of the season for the Gamecocks last year, when you shut them out. And now this year, it'd be nice if it went the same way. Definitely probably best chance you've had so far to get in the win column. How do they match up against the Gamecocks?
Well, they will, I would think, would be the, I don't know if easiest is the right way to put it, but they're not as talented, I don't think, as either of the first two teams that we played, obviously. Won the opener, beat UMass, and for a quarter or so played pretty good. Against Washington last week. In fact, had a lead going into the second quarter before the Huskies got it going and went on to beat them 30-9. offensively, they've been able to move the ball a little bit. They haven't really. Only 2-3 guys have carried the ball, 2 running backs and a quarterback. Quarterback's been good. He's a transfer. This is his third school. I think he was at Rutgers at one time. And then Rats, can't remember where else he was at Rutgers. I know is where he started a career, so he was in the Big Ten for a couple of years. The running backs are both transfers. They'll play. Got a couple of wide receivers that are transfers, some Big Ten guys there as well. They got a little speed on the outside. And they played pretty good defensively, quite honestly. The one thing about their defense, big up front, and they've got experience. And these guys have played in 30-plus games in their college career, so they know what they're doing up there. So, last year we didn't play great on offense, did enough. We moved the ball, just could not take advantage of some opportunities. But defensively, we were just outstanding and limited them last year. So we got to find a way to get some stops and offense to take advantage of situations and move the ball and be consistent on offense throughout the night. Their kicking game, the field goal kicker's outstanding, kicked a 55-yard field goal last year against Central Michigan.
Yeah, Mac Player of the Week this past weekend. Or Mac Special Teams Player of the Week this past week.
Yeah, he kicked a 57-yarder in the game against Washington, and I think that was a school record. That was a career best for him, and kicked 3 field goals total. He was their offense on the day, and he has been outstanding so far. He was a preseason all-conference selection last year, and is also, again, this season a preseason all-conference selection. So, a guy can make field goals there, I think, for the year. Last year he was 2 out of 4 from 50-plus. So when they get to the 40-yard line, the opponent's 40, they're in scoring position there, I guess you could say, with his legs. So we'll have to play well. It's a night game, and you're on the road, first time ever to play up there. So be interesting. They've done some things, I think, upgraded their facility. They put new turf down and done some other things in their stadium. And it is their home opener, so they've got some special events planned and going on for the game Saturday.
Well, I certainly hope that this time next Wednesday we are celebrating the fact that JSU is in the win column with the first big W of the season. And Mike, send us a postcard from Ypsilanti, Michigan, would you?
This will be my second trip there. Played basketball up there about, I think, 10 to 12 years ago. We were up there at Hoops for a game. So nothing really stands out from the first trip. Let's just say it won't be any tourist attractions like in Louisville last week, such as the Churchill Downs or Louisville Slugger Factory or something like that.
All right. Well, we will talk with you 1 week from today. Thanks for joining us this morning, Mike.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Go Gamecocks.
Pre-game from Ypsilanti, Michigan, Saturday afternoon will be 5 o'clock. Kickoff at 6 on your home for JSU Gamecock football, 102.9 WKXX. We'll talk about it next week on the Gamecock Corner, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency. Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
Join us next week for the Gamecock Corner, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates, a production of WKXX Sports.